Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a 15-year-old girl named Ngozi. She possessed a beauty that surpassed that of her two elder sisters, a fact that fueled their jealousy and resentment towards her. Despite their ill feelings, Ngozi remained disciplined, and her parents recognized her virtues, showering her with love and appreciation. One day, the three sisters were tasked with fetching water from the river. The jerrycans were heavy, so they needed to help each other lift them. The two elder sisters formed a swift alliance, leaving Ngozi to struggle alone with her pots. She pleaded for assistance, but they mocked her for their perceived.
Please, I can't manage my own. Help me lift these pots.
One of the sisters said.
Oh, look at her struggling, fat and useless.
The other sister said.
Why bother? Let her figure it out herself.
Ngozi, determined but overburdened, was left by the riverside, unable to lift her pot. She struggled for a long time until a compassionate passerby noticed her struggle and lent a helping hand to ease the burden she had. As she returned home, her sisters, fueled by jealousy, hurled harsh words at her. In a despicable act, they lied to their mother, accusing Ngozi of engaging in an affair with an elderly villager.
Ma'am, we saw Ngozi with that elder villager near the river. Something is fishy between them.
The other sister said.
Yeah, they were acting so suspicious. You should talk to her before she gets pregnant.
Disappointed and misled, Ngozi's parents imposed a severe punishment on her, forbidding her from leaving home for an entire week. The two sisters reveled in her suffering, and they were happy and could always laugh at her. Anytime she went against them, they would use false accusations as a tool to manipulate and harass her whenever she dared to oppose their ideas. Left home alone for another occasion, the sisters were given equal duties. Instead of embracing unity, they continued their malicious ways. The elder sisters helping each other and left Ngozi with an overwhelming workload. Ngozi asked for assistance, but they heartlessly laughed at her, labeling her as good for nothing.
Can you help me? This workload is too much for me.
The first sister said.
Help? You are good for nothing, Ngozi. Handle it yourself.
The other one said.
We are not your servants. Figure it out, you fat, good for nothing girl.
So, Ngozi found herself trapped in a cycle of deceit and cruelty, enduring the oppressive words and actions of her sisters. Yet, she remained unbroken, quietly awaiting the day when justice would prevail. Amidst the darkness of her sister's cruelty, Ngozi encountered a ray of light. A handsome and kind man named Kwame entered her life, and their love blossomed. Their bond was genuine, marked by respect and affection. As Ngozi's happiness grew, her sisters, consumed by jealousy, distanced themselves, serving her in silent resentment. They would say,
She thinks she's so special now. We don't need her.
and the other sister would reply,
Let her enjoy her little romance. It won't last. I will make sure they part their ways in no time.
Unable to bear Ngozi's happiness, the sisters consulted and made a malicious rumors, painting her as a witch who used charms to keep her handsome boyfriend around her. Her first sister said,
I heard she practices dark magic to keep him under her spell.
and the other sister would say,
It explains why he is with her. Must be enchanted.
However, their attempts to tarnish Ngozi's reputation fell short as Kwame remained steadfast in his love. Realizing their schemes were not working, the sisters, driven by desperation, took another sinister turn. So they seduced Kwame, seeking to dismantle the love that flourished between him and Ngozi, their sister. Tragically, Kwame succumbed to their deceit, having an affair with one of the sisters. The betrayal shattered Ngozi, leaving her heartbroken and delusional. The sister said to her,
Looks like the charm doesn't work for everyone.
and the other sister who had an affair with him said,
Maybe if he wasn't so fat, he wouldn't have cheated on you with me.
Mocking her pain, the sisters reveled in Ngozi's anguish, using her vulnerability as a weapon against her. Yet, beneath the weight of their taunts, Ngozi clung to the strength that had sustained her through the trials, silently determined to rise above the ashes of betrayal.